Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming to class. Um, Today we're going to be just kind of fine-tuning a few things, working the legs a bit, working the hips a bit, but just kind of fine-tuning an idea, and we'll get to that. But for now, I wanted to read something out of my newest book by Donna Faulds called "What's True Here." And I just got it, and every page I turn to makes me smile with the truth of her writing. So I thought I would read something out of that this morning. So let's sit well. And always sit in a way that feels comfortable for you, that feels sustainable. So if the knees hurt, don't cross them, that kind of thing. Always feel free to sit up on a blanket, a block. And start by just tapping into an awareness of your body, right? Where is your body resting on the floor? And how does that grounding of the body on the floor help you to lift up? And as you get settled into the seat of your choice, maybe you start to tap into the breath and feel the soft flow in and out of your breath. And the poem I want to read today is called No Power on Earth. What a process this life is. Something is always birthing, learning, attuning, blooming, awakening, taking its own sweet time, remembering, forgetting, accepting, resisting, tasting, grasping, seeing, grieving, and letting go. That's a long list, I know, but it doesn't even begin to describe what goes on in a fully lived life. When a flower begins to open, no power on earth can stuff its petals back inside the bud. So breathe that in, that knowing how our lives unfold, and as we live them in truth and we live them fully, nothing can stop that blossoming, that opening, that possibility. And we feel the breath deepen, start to bring the breath in even more, keeping the jaw soft. And then allow the eyes to open. Take the hands on either side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Interlace, press back and curl. And think of this as a seated cat pose, right? Just feel that. Feel the belly tuck in, the pelvis rounded, the chest rounded. And then inhale, slowly lift the arms. Feel the pelvis tilt forward, the chest reach forward. Release those hands and come back to your heart. Good. And take it up. Exhale to your heart. Press back, curl into a seated cat. Inhale, lift up to a little seated cow. Take the hands together. Exhale, heart. Good. Just one more like that. Inhale. Exhale to your heart. Interlace, maybe the other way. Press it out, tuck in, really curl. And then lift up. Take the hands together and release. Good. Shake that out. Switch out the legs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to heart. Interlace and curl. Now hold this for a moment. Don't over curl the head. I want you to feel the tuck of the belly, and I'm going slow here because this is going to repeat a bunch through class. So feel the belly and then tuck the lower belly in from pubic bone to belly button. Tuck that in. Inhale, reach up. Good. Feel the lift of the chest, feel the tilt of the pelvis. Tuck the belly in as if you were going to go back into cat. And feel that, right? So the lower back just got super long. The belly's working pretty hard here. Take the hands together, release, and shake that out. We're going to do one more like that so we can get some muscle memory going. So we're taking the chest, right? We're lifting the chest like we are in cow. We're lifting, in a sense, the pelvis by tilting it forward like cow, but we're taking the belly and going, yeah, I'm going to do a little cat movement here, or a little engagement of the low belly to support everything else. All right, so one more here. Exhale, interlace, press out, do a little baby cat, tone the belly in, lift the arms up. If the belly release, tone it back in again. Just see how that feels as we engage. Take the hands together and release. Nice job. Shake that out. Let's come to table pose. Now, I know at least one of you doesn't get on your knees very much. If that is the case, go ahead and just put hands on chair, because what we're going to do next, you can do on chair. So spread the fingers wherever you are. Reach the inner elbows toward each other. The knees are underneath your hips. And I want you to round the back up again into cat. And then feel the low belly tuck in from pubic bone to belly button. Start to release chest, tailbone. Now we're in cow, but then bring the belly back into cat. Yep, feel that. Flip your toes under, hold that belly. Lift the knees if you're on all fours. Lift the knees just an inch or two. Tuck the belly, but allow the pelvis to tilt. Allow the chest to lift. Tuck the belly. Lower those knees. Good. Just shake those out. And then feel a little movement, right? Pelvic tilts, tilts and tuck, right? Cat, cow, the lower end of that. Let's do that just one more time. So round into your cat. Start to release that to cow. Bring the low belly back into cat. Trying to keep my animals straight. Breathe, flip your toes under, lift the knees, finding the core work happening here. And then bring your chest toward your thighs. Keep the knees deeply bent. Walk the feet out toward the sides of your mat. Really allow the pelvis to arch here or to tilt here, right? So sit bones lift up toward the sky. The belly tones in. Oh my goodness, right? What just happened? Ooh, and then straighten the knees, downward facing dog. Walk the hands forward or back toward your feet. Bend the knees, take your hands to your knees. Come on up, everybody. Whew. If you've got something on your mat, you can move it for now. You may want to keep it nearby. And then find a block. So I did kind of warn, we're going to get these legs fired up. Joy, joy. But I want to play with this concept again. So find your feet roughly hips width apart. And then imagine you're going to spread that mat in between the feet. You're going to spread it apart. Take that block to your chest. And then just reach it up. So shoulder warming up the shoulders. Take it down. Soft knees up, down. 3 and 4. Yep. One more. Lift up. Take it back to your chest. Good. Find a squat. Sitting back. What's that block doing at your chest? It's keeping you from doing a nose dive, right? So the chest is actually touching. Stand up, lift up. And slow. Lift up. That block and touch your chest. And 3. And tuck. Good. 4. I know if you get tired or if your knees are hurting, just pause. 5, lift up, hold. You always hear me, excuse me, you can't see it, but it's up there. You always hear me say, hold the beach ball, hold the beach ball, hold the block. Start to fire up the arms. Straighten the elbows if you can. If you cannot straighten the elbows overhead, just take the block forward. Good. Breathe. Feel those arms working, everybody. Whew. Good. Fire up the legs. Engage the glutes. Take that block to your chest. Bend if you can. Tap that block to the floor. Bring it back to your chest. Lift up. 5 of these. And 2. And 3. Good squats, everybody. Make sure you're bending those knees. 4. And 5. Hold that block, lift, and release. Woo, good. Shake that out. 2 concepts. Grab your other block, and then we're going to get all this pulled together. Hold one block to your chest. Doesn't have to be pretty. Just hang on to it. Take the other block and put it on your sacrum. We normally do this with just the hands, but I want you to feel this. So let's talk about Utkatasana. Why is my brain going blah? When we squat, right? When we come into fierce pose, Utkatasana, notice what happens to the pelvis, right? So the pelvis ideally is going to tilt forward a little bit, but we don't want to overdo it. So same concept we were doing, tilt the pelvis, lift the chest, give me some cat pose in the belly, and breathe, and then feel that. Hold on to both blocks, put them on your thighs, push down on the blocks, belly toned in, chest is lifted, pelvis is tilted slightly, watch your backs, and then both blocks up, chair pose. Breathe. Tone the belly in, keep a curve, natural curve in the lower back. Maybe you sink down, maybe not. Stand all the way up. Exhale, let go. And roll that out, everybody. Take those blocks to the front of your mat. One more chair pose just to get it, right? To like, okay, I get it. One hand to chest, one hand to sacrum. Lift both. Engage the glutes. Don't lock out the knees. Feel the chest lifted, and then tone in the belly. Inhale right here. Exhale, have a seat. Notice your particular body, right? Some of us have a bigger curve in the low back. Some of us have a lesser curve. Lengthen that tailbone, but keep the natural curve in the spine. Lift the chest. And then right here, low belly draws in. Both arms up. Chair pose. Breathe. Spread the mat between the feet. Good. Fire up the arms. Hold on to the beach ball. Stand all the way up. Exhale, let go. Roll that out. Come on up to the front of your mat. I think we got the idea. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, hands to block. Pause here again. Same thing, lift the sit bones, right? Feel the little bit of a tilt of the pelvis, soft knees. The chest lifts, the belly tones in. I want you to feel the work here of toned in belly, chest lift, hips lift, right? Breathe, belly toned. Now imagine you're squeezing a block. Find your breath. How light are you on those blocks? Are you hanging on for dear life? Can you breathe? Can you tone that belly back in? And then bend the knees a bunch, step back right leg. Finding that very first lunge for class, this left hip rolls back, the pelvis gets neutral. Take your left hand to your left knee. Keep your block in your right hand and lift all the way up. Good. Take the other hand to your block. Fire up the arms. I got it wide, right? Breathe. Press into the back leg. Bend the back knee a little bit. Level out the hips. So maybe your left hip has to come back just a little bit. Think about what we've already been doing. The pelvis is slightly tilted. The chest is lifted. Whew, the belly tones in. Breathe. Hang on to that block. Take it behind you. Press it back. Press into that block. Open up the chest. Maybe straighten the back leg. Nice job, everybody. Take it up. Exhale, hands down. Whoo. Push off. Step forward. Bend both knees. Tone the belly. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, all the way right back down. Soften the knees. Step back, left leg. Feel those hips, shake them out just a little bit. Tone in through the belly, right hand to right knee. Hold on to the block with the left hand, lift up and breathe. Feel the work, take the other hand up, hang on to your block, take it down toward your chest and lift up. Good, take it down. Straight elbows if you can, lift and down. Good, breathe, just one more, just one more. Breathe, take it up and then take it behind your head and open up chest, tone the belly. Find your breath. Good, lift up, take it down to the floor. Step both blocks forward just for a second, step back, down dog. Good, pedal the feet, everybody. Shake out that pose. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, lower the knees to the floor for a moment. Find that cow pose. Tone in through the belly. Lift the knees. Woo! Press the chest back toward your thighs. Straighten the legs. Take a look at your feet. Are they parallel to each other? Are they roughly hips width apart? Can you draw the inner ankles toward each other and spread the big toes away from each other? All isometric. Find your breath. Look forward, step forward, right leg. Step forward, left leg. Bend your knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. And pause, just shake that out. Grab one block. Take that block behind you, right to your sacrum, not your low back, right to that nice hard sacrum. Draw the elbows back. Imagine that you could tie a string around the elbows and keep them planted in the same direction behind you. And then isometrically pull down on the block to lift the chest. Watch the knees, super easy to lock out the knees here. And breathe. The head does not drop back. Breathe, lift. Keep that block where it is, forward fold. You can come halfway down, or you can come all the way down. If you need more support than that, the hands go to the floor. Draw the elbows back. Hold on to your block. Maybe lift that block up. And breathe. Lower that block to the floor. Put your other block where to either side, your hands are to your blocks. Good. Bend the knees, step back, right leg. Move the blocks accordingly. Find your breath here. Your left hand goes to your knee. Your right hand holds the block. Lift up. We've already been here. Take the other arm up. Hold your block. Squeeze. Press those hands into your blocks. I'm not holding on with the fingers. I'm just pressing through the palms of my hands. Good. Bring it to your chest. Bring it forward. Bring it in. Forward. Just one more. In. Forward. Lift up. Take that block to your sacrum. Press into your sacrum. Draw those elbows back. See if you can straighten the front leg. A lot of balance work there. And bend. Release. Inhale. Exhale. Block down. Step forward. Shake it out. Bend the knees. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Soften the knees. Step back. Left side. We've been here on the other side. Right hand to right knee. Left hand takes the block all the way up. And breathe. Take the other hand up. Let's work the shoulders a little bit. See, I can be here kind of loosey-goosey, right? It's not really doing much. If I go here, I get those arms fired up, get the shoulders fired up. Breathe. Take that block to your chest. Take it behind you. Press it into your sacrum. Notice, how does that feel to you? Straighten the front leg. Woo. Find your balance. Bend the front. Release. Inhale it up. Exhale to the floor. Set them aside for a moment. Step back, down dog. Breathe. Plank pose. Now, plank pose. 1, you hold it here. 2, lower the knees, okay? We're going to tap the opposite shoulder 6 times. Tap 1, hand down. Tap 2, down. 3, fire up the legs. 4, down. 5, 1 more. 6, and down. Plant the hands. Downward facing dog. Use your breath. Step forward, right leg. Step forward, left. Your blocks can come back into play. Lift up all the way. Exhale, hands to heart. Shake that out, everybody. And just find a moment here, just a little mountain pose. There is a fan back there if you all need some air. Good, breathe. And then feel this idea again, right? That there might be in your body a little bit of a forward tilt of the pelvis and the chest is lifted, but the belly tones. Notice how that changes just a simple mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way down. Hands to block, soften the knee, step back, right leg. Breathe. We're going to repeat. Right, left hand to left knee. Take the right arm up. Hold on to your block. Give me some power here. Breathe. Take the block behind you. Open it up. Straighten the front leg. Draw the shoulders. Now, if this block messes you up, drop it to the side. Tilt forward. Push your block into your sacrum. Breathe. And then let the hands come down, pyramid pose. Lengthen through your tailbone, lengthen through your chest, tone in through the belly. Feel your feet, all 4 corners of the feet. Breathe. Bend your front knee, step forward. Inhale all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Woo, we're getting there, everybody. Inhale. Exhale. Whew. Soften the knees, step back, left leg. Right hand to right knee, take the left arm up. Bring the other arm up. Hold on to your block. Breathe. Take that block behind you, press it into your sacrum. This is your stabilizer here, right? Helps you keep those hips more or less level. Tone in through the belly, straighten the leg, find your focus. Only if you want, start to take the torso forward. Woo-hoo. Breathe. Squeeze the elbows. Bend your front knee, lower that block, step forward. Inhale up. Exhale to your heart. Shake it out. Good. Grab one block. How's everybody doing out there? Okay. So we've played here. Let's play here, right? So what happens when we do anything? And you can step wide on your mat just so we can change it up a little bit. Take the block to the top, the front of your chest, right at the collarbones, right below the collarbones. And then come into a little squat. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Feel what it feels like for you. And allow the block to lift the chest. Yes. And then tone the belly in. So same thing, right? It's a cow-ish pose with a cat-like belly, right? Only makes sense if you started at the beginning. I want you to hold this block like it's glued to your chest. Press the hips forward and take the torso level with the floor as if you were laying that torso on the table. And then squeeze the belly in. And then push into the block. Lift the block. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Knees are still bent. Woo. Breathe. Good. Slowly lower the torso as if you were going to lay it on a table. Hold onto that block. Tone the belly in. Allow the sit bones to widen. And then lift the chest. Oh, good. Stand all the way up. That way, nobody throws a block at me. Release that block. Good. Heel toe in. Same thing with the block. This time, chair pose. But the elbows are going kind of more out to the side. So I'm really like, I'm pushing into this. Like, there's no way that block's going to get away from me. So I want you to stand in mountain pose and really lift up. Elbows go out to the side. Go ahead and have a seat. And again, notice. So as soon as I do this, my belly kind of softens because I have a very limber low back. So I just want to tuck that in. And then I want to take the block and drag the chest up a little bit. Hold on to the block. Lift out, fired up arms. Breathe. You got this, everybody. Take the block in one hand. Take it to your sacrum. Push there. Press the hips back to come to a forward fold. Bend the knees. Come on up. Stand up. Blocks to the front of your mat. How does all this come together? In Mary's brain. It's like, what? All right, front of your mat. Shake everything out. Just feel, again, this concept, this play of a slight tilt, a lift, a tone. Where does it go in my body? Does it make sense for my body? Because it may not for you. And breathe. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to your block, soften the knees, step back, right leg. Been here already, my loves. Left hand to left knee, hold on to your block, lift up. And breathe. Hold on to the block. Engage. Remember, if you can't lift straight up, it's okay. Go forward just to work those arms. Breathe. Take the block to your sacrum. Like I said, we've been here already. We're going to add on. Draw the elbows. Really feel grounded here in the sacrum. See if you can straighten the front leg. Don't have to. Feel the levelness of your hips. Bend your front knee. Listen up. You're going to take that block back to the front. You're going to do a little hop forward. And then you're going to see if you can lift. Hold on to the block, elbows out to your sides. Breathe. Lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, just step forward. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, left leg steps back. Right hand to right knee, block goes with you on the left. Find that big opening here so as getting a nice stretch. Hold on to your block. Fire up the arms. Take this block behind you, press into your sacrum, lift the chest, straighten the leg, whew, tilt forward. Breathe. Bend the front knee, take that block to the front, press the elbows out, short hop up. Maybe you're here, maybe you lift. Breathe. Bend the knees, step back, lift up. Exhale, hands down, blocks, hands to blocks. Set those blocks aside, step back, down dog. Plank pose. Find that concept here, right? Small curve to the low back, chest lifting forward, belly squeezes in, maybe your knees are down. Just 6 more taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more. 6. Woo! Lower the knees, everybody. Child's pose or hero pose or anything else that feels good. Just breathe. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the energy or the sweat or the tiredness. It is all okay. And when you're ready, come up to table pose. Same thing, tuck the belly, keep the tailbone from tucking, right? Keep it somewhat lifted. It's more from the sit bones than the tailbone. So tone that belly in, flip your toes under, lift your knees, hold. Breathe, hold on to the beach ball with those elbows. Chest toward thighs. Straighten the legs. A nice, long, solid down dog. And in down dog, imagine that your chest could lift. And the tailbone, or the sit bones, really, it's not the tailbone. The sit bones can lift and the chest can lift. And then the belly can tone to find that beautiful long pose. Breathe, claw the fingers in, fingertips in just a little bit. Take your feet wide on your mat. Walk your hands all the way back. Parallel the edges of your feet with your mat. Bend the knees, press the knees out. Hands come to your knees. Come on up, everybody. Ooh. Shake it out. Come to the front of your mat. We got one last below. We're not going to be doing the blocks this time because you've got the idea, right? This kind of interesting play here on cat-cow that lifts this, but yet draws this in for the support that you need. All right, front of your mat, mountain pose. Find your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Your hands can land on your blocks. Pause here, bend the knees, lift the chest, lift the tail or the sit bones, tone the belly, chair pose. Whoo. Breathe. Sit back in your pose, everybody. Good. Take those hands behind, straighten the legs. You can either reach the arms behind or interlace. Draw the front of the shoulders back. Find your breath. Bend your knees, hands go to your block, step back, right leg. Find that lunge, tone the belly. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands behind. Open up that chest, straighten the front leg. Either the hands stay where they are or they go to your blocks. Breathe. Bend the front knee, inhale the arms up. Exhale down to your blocks, set them aside for a moment. Step back, down dog. Plank pose. Knees up or down, chaturanga. Release to a low back bend. Down dog. Ah, good. Look forward, step forward, right leg. Step forward, left leg. While you're there, you can bring those blocks back in. Inhale up. Exhale to your heart. I promise just one more. One more, the other side. So we're not lopsided. Take it up. Exhale, forward fold, soft knees. Breathe. Bend the knees, lift the chest, tone the belly, chair pose. Find it. Exhale, straighten the leg, step back, left leg. Engage. Find it. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, take it behind you. Interlace, press the chest open. Straighten the front leg. Be careful here. Torso forward if you want. Hands can come down. Bend your front knee. Inhale up. Exhale down to your blocks. Set the blocks aside. Step back. Think of your down dog in relation to the cat cow plank pose. Think of plank in relation to lifted chest. Breathe. Knees down or up, chaturanga. Woo. Release, cobra, sphinx. Down dog. Find your breath. Look forward, step forward. And step forward, bend both knees, take it up. Exhale to your heart. Shake that out, just grab one block. Take it between the legs. Give those legs a good squeeze. Maybe close your eyes. Maybe. And notice even here, if I squeeze my block, the sit bones will broaden a little. It's like somebody's pressing that block back. So the sit bones widen, the inner thighs are working. There's a small tilt to the pelvis so that the low back has its curve, but the belly tones in, the chest lifts, and we have mountain pose, right? Whether your hands are forward or just to the side. And release. Take the blocks up to their highest setting. And allow your hands to come down to your blocks. Walk the feet back just a little bit so that your ankles and your hip bone are lined up. The chest is neutral, as if you were laying it on a table. The belly is toned in, but the front of the chest is long. Bend both knees softly. Lift your right leg straight back. Does not have to be high. Breathe. 1, you're here. 2, bend the left knee, tap your right toe, and lift again. Just 2 more like that. Bend, try not to overshoot the foot, and lift. In other words, you're sitting back in that squat, and lift. Hold right here. 1, you're here. 2, the left arm reaches back. If you have your right leg forward or right leg lifted, your left arm reaches back. Find the center line of your left foot. Hand back to your block, lower your leg. Ooh, shake that out. Bend your knees, inhale up. Exhale. Take it up. Exhale down to your blocks. Same thing, other side. Bend the knees and start to lift the left leg. Don't worry about how high it goes. Breathe. Ideally, the toes are pointing down. 1, you're here. 2, you're going to bend that right knee as you tap the left. And lift both. Tap down. And lift. 1 more, tap. And lift, hold here. Right arm reaches back. Find the center of your right foot. Notice if you're heavy at the heel or the toe mound. Hand back to your block and let go. Bend your knees, come on up. You're going to need 1 block and then we are done with all this. Right? It's a lot of work. Deep breath. So you're going to take your block right to your sacrum. Now the block is always optional. So all we're really going to do is we're going to kind of get into airplane mode, but we're going to use the block for stability. So I hang on to it. I push that into it. So let's take right foot forward, left foot back just a little bit. That's just kind of your lift off. Draw the shoulders back, lift the chest. What happens in these poses is if I'm forward and caved, everything's heading that way, right? So I want to lift, I want to get everything up, everything back. And then I'm just going to go, what happens if I lift? What's the feedback on the block? Can I keep the pelvis stable? If you're ready, you're going to lean forward, push the block into your sacrum, lift your leg. Still good, reach that block back. Whoop. Breathe. And lower. So it's almost like a focusing tool, you know what I mean? It's like, where does it go? All right, same thing other side. Piece of cake, everybody. We all gonna want a piece of cake when this class is over. Hands behind, elbows back, shoulders lifted. Bend your front knee, just play. Just play with the idea. One leg usually more stable than the other. You've been with me long enough, you know nothing. There's nothing about perfect here. It's like, what can I do today? All right, when you're ready, start to tilt forward, press into your sacrum. See if you can lift. If you're still good, reach the arms back. You can always keep it grounded, big toe to the floor. My left leg is protesting. And release that and shake it out. Holy moly. Woo, set your blocks down. You can even have them on your mat if you want. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down you go. Blocks, no blocks, that's totally up to you. Forward fold. Bend the knees, downward facing dog. 1, you're here. 2, lift the right leg. Bend the knee. Open that knee out to the side. Just opening up that hip a little. Good, release that side. Again, optional left leg. Bend the knee. Open that knee out to the side. And release. Plank pose. Knees down. Chest down. Release fully. Happily. And then feel here, right? Feel the low back. For some of you, the low back might be chatty. And if so, I want you to lengthen the tailbone so much that you are pressing into the pubic bone, creating traction. Good. Once you have that big tuck of the belly, like I'm really drawing that low belly in, I'm pressing down into the pubic bone, take the hands forward, the arms forward, and imagine you're going to drag yourself back at the same time you are tractioning the pelvis. Really reach that belly in. Only if you want, lift the feet off the floor. Pull the arms back isometrically as you drag the belly in and press into the pubic bone. Breathe. And then only if you want, lift the arms. A little bit of locust pose here. Take the arms back. Find your pose. And release. Bend the knees, everybody. Windshield wiper. And then release. First turn to one side. That probably feels really good. Bend the knees. Pause. And then as you're ready, come onto your back. Keep your feet on the floor. Maybe your hands rest on your belly or where your hip, the front hip bones are. Shoulders down to the floor, elbows on the floor. And just rock on the pelvis. So go toward the tailbone and go toward the top of the sacrum, just there. And then come to a neutral space where there is a tiny little space behind your low back. You're on your sacrum. Bend one knee to 90, bend the other knee to 90. Place both hands on your thighs, just above the knees, and push the arms straight. Sneak in a little core in here, everybody. So with the arms straight, the feet are flexed, your knees cannot go any closer. Push your knees into your hands. Woo! Does anybody else have a whoo? Lordy, right? So we are pressing, we are engaging that low belly, working like crazy, and release knees to chest. Breathe it out. All right, you know I can't do one of anything. So go back to that position. Arms are straight. That is the hardest part, is not to bend the elbows and let those knees come closer. Squeeze that lower belly, push your knees into your hands. 1, you're here. 2, Keep your right hand where it is, straighten the left leg slowly. Don't let it touch. Bring it back into your hand. Yep, I know it. Straighten the right. Woo. Get back in. Watch your back. Straighten the left. Bring it in. Don't let the knees come any closer. Straighten the right. Bring it in. We got 4 more. Straighten the left. Bring it in. Straighten the right. Don't let the pelvis rock. Bring it in. 2 more. I know you can do it. Straighten the left. Bring it in. Straighten the right. Woo! Bring it in. And bring both knees to chest. Holy moly. It's summer. We have all this summer energy, right? This yang energy. We want to get up and go. Our yoga practice tends to kind of mimic that, or at least mine does. Deep breath. Keep the right knee in, straighten the left leg all the way down to the floor. That should feel pretty good. I want you to do a soft engagement of the left glute. Take your hands behind your right knee and straighten that leg up to the ceiling. Keep the shoulders down and breathe. Tone the lower belly, optional, lift the left foot a couple of inches. Bend both knees to chest. Keep the left knee in, straighten the right leg down to the floor. Take your hands behind the right or the left knee, straighten it up to the sky. Shoulders are down. Lift the right foot a few inches only if you want. Release both knees to chest. Your right foot to the floor, your left ankle to your right knee. Come to figure 4, everybody. You can draw the knees to chest. And you can play here with neutral spine, meaning you have a soft curve in your low back, or a flat spine where the knees come in closer. I think both have some merit, and I play with both. So you can see which one feels good. Take the arms out to T position. That left foot, the knee that's bent, that left foot is going to come to the floor over on the right side. So very slowly release the knees to the right until your foot stomps the floor. Your other leg can just relax. So you should be twisted to the right with your left foot on the floor, which is always hard when you're wrapped up like a pretzel. Take a really deep breath here. Maybe that right hand just nudges the left knee away a little. Be mindful though, you're going to get into SI joints here. Good. Release that arm back down. Listen up. You're going to come out by lifting your left foot off the floor, not keeping the knees together, and then coming back to neutral. Sometimes if we try to lift the legs up together, that can really pull on the back. So let's go to the other side. Your right ankle goes to your left knee. Draw the knees in. Feel free to rock a little bit, to either be on sacrum or to be on the low back. Either one works. Arms go out to the side. You're slowly lowering the left or the right foot to the left. So you're coming into a twist. Once you're there, you just relax that left leg down to the floor. Don't have to hold it. Maybe the left hand presses the right knee gently. And breathe. Release the hand if it's pressing on the knee. Just lift the right foot and then bring the left in, both knees to chest. Reach the arms into the legs and find happy baby, everybody. There are so many ways to do happy baby. You can grab your big toes, you can grab inside or outside feet, or you can grab your ankles or your shins, right? So don't overreach here. The challenge is to not pull those shoulders up off the floor. Draw the lower belly in just gently here so that the pelvis starts to reach down to the floor again. Find your breath. Let the legs be heavy. Don't overachieve here. Let it be soft. Good. 2 more deep breaths. As you release, bring the knees together. Whew. Your feet go to the floor. Cross your left knee over your right. Bring both knees to your chest. Either stay here or walk those hands down to your feet. Move the heels of those feet apart from each other, just cow face legs here. We did a lot of work on the hips, so we're giving them a good stretch. Releasing that switch, right knee over left, both knees to chest. Slide the hands down, optional reach for the outer edges of your feet. Bring the heels away from each other. And release. Both knees to chest, both feet to the floor. Take your feet wide. Last stretch here before Shavasana. Your feet are wide on your mat. Both knees go over to the right. The arms can go to cactus. Just allow gravity to stretch that quad. Usually the stretch, most people feel the stretch on that left leg. Tone in through the belly softly. Deep breath. Allow the stretch to happen. Good. A good low belly squeeze. Take the knees up. As you exhale, the knees go to the left. Often we'll notice more stretch on one side than the other. Allow the stretch to happen. Don't force it. Don't push. Just let gravity take it. And bring your knees to center, everybody. One last time, draw your knees to your chest. And then as you're ready, maybe you put a blanket under your knees or under your hips. And you find Shavasana, allowing one leg and then the other to descend down to the floor. Once your legs are straight, maybe you give your glutes, hips a good squeeze. And then you let them go. You allow your whole body to let go. Hands are wherever they're comfortable, arms are wherever they're comfortable. We start to soften the belly. We feel the forehead start to smooth. The eyes become pools. And inch by inch, our body softens fully into Shavasana. Soften down even more. For those of you who are ready, start to wake up those legs a little bit. And then bend the knees, pause there. Draw one knee to chest and then the other knee. Hold those knees in. Give yourself a big hug of appreciation. Maybe rock side to side. And then allow the knees to curl over to one side, curling up in fetal pose, seedling pose. Feel the breath start to deepen a little bit as we wake up. And from here, press all the way up. And coming to your seat. Pause. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Interlace, press back and stretch. Inhale, reach up. Take the hands together, let them come back to your heart. Bow to your own inner wisdom. Finding the truth. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.